You know that feeling when someone walks into a room and just commands attention?
Mm.
Not like by being loud or flashy, but
Mm.
they have this quiet, confident magnetism.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel it.
What if that wasn't just something you're born with, but a skill, something you could practice?
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Welcome to the deep dive, where we take fascinating ideas and, try to distill them down for you. Today, we're venturing into the pretty alluring world of glamour magic.
Right. And before you start picturing stage illusions or, I don't know, pulling rabbits out of hats.
Ah, yeah, not that kind of magic.
No, think deeper. We're talking about glamour magic as this really potent blend of ancient mysticism and very intentional self-care.
Okay.
It's a way to consciously shape the energy you project, how you see yourself and, well, how the world sees you back. It's like an art form, really, but reimagined for right now.
Precisely. And our guide, our sort of map for this whole exploration, is the book The Divine Art of Glamour Magic,
Yeah.
A Sacred Guide to Magnetic Beauty by Celestial Awakening.
A fantastic resource.
It really is. And it's not just about, looking good on the surface. It's presented as a practical guide to understanding and harnessing your inner power.
Exactly. Your energetic signature.
So our goal today is to pull out the core principles, the real magic, I guess, behind this whole
Uh-huh.
practice. We'll look at the definition, the power of perception, which is huge energetic beauty, rituals, affirmations, even crafting a glamour persona.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
Okay, so to start us off, fundamentally, what is glamour magic, according to this guide?
Well, at its heart, the divine art of glamour magic explains it as an age-old mystical practice. It's about taking everyday things like beauty routines and elevating them into actual energy work.
Okay, energy work.
Yeah. Consciously directing your energy to shape, well, both how you feel inside, your self-image, and also how others perceive you externally.
Interesting.
And what's really fascinating is the word itself, glamour. Its roots are actually tied to magical spells that could alter appearance.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So in a way, this practice is about tapping into that original transformative idea of beauty's power intentionally.
So it's less about the makeup, maybe, and more about the meaning behind it, the energy.
Precisely. Yeah. The guide makes a really important distinction here. This isn't about creating some kind of illusion or, a fake front.
Right, not just pretending.
No.
Hmm.
True glamour magic, as it's presented, is about energetic embodiment. It's about becoming the energy you want to project, not just like acting it out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Think of it like this. Putting on a bright lipstick is one thing, fine. But doing it with the conscious intention maybe to amplify your voice, to speak your truth, that's stepping into glamour magic.
That clarifies it a lot. It's the intention transforming the action. Now, this feels, well, it doesn't feel entirely brand new, does it? Does the divine art of glamour magic give us any historical context?
It does, yeah. The book points out how these kinds of intentional beauty practices have sort of echoed through different cultures and times.
Like what?
Well, it mentions ancient Egyptians using kohl, not just for looks, but maybe invoking the protective energy of the Eye of Horus.
Ah,
And then, like, in the Victorian era, there were whispers about women breathing specific intentions into their perfume bottles.
really?
Yeah. So these aren't just random things. They suggest there's been this long-standing, maybe intuitive awareness of a connection between beauty rituals and energetic influence.
It's fascinating how those threads pop up again and again. So how does this ancient idea translate to now? How do we use it today?
Well, the divine art of glamour magic outlines quite a few modern applications. It can be a really powerful tool for what people call shadow work, integrating those parts of ourselves we're maybe less comfortable with.
Leading to more self-acceptance.
Exactly. And crucially, it's presented as a real pathway to manifestation, using your personal energy intentionally to draw in what you desire.
Okay.
The core principle, according to the book, is really simple. Energy follows attention. Where you put your focus, your energy goes. So when you consciously direct loving awareness inward through these beauty practices, you start to cultivate this really compelling, energetic signature that just naturally radiates out.
Okay, so it's not about manipulating other people. It's more about amplifying your own authentic energy and attracting things that align with that.
That's the idea. It's about attracting aligned experiences naturally. The book talks about the synergy, this connection between the physical things you do and the energetic intention behind them.
Can you expand on that? How does
Yeah.
the physical practice connect to the energy?
What's really insightful is how the physical act itself, maybe your skincare routine or choosing your clothes carefully, becomes this potent trigger for an internal shift, an energetic one.
Ah,
The divine art of glamour magic describes these moments. Maybe you look in the mirror and you catch this genuine glimpse of your own, like, inherent divine essence. Yeah, it's like a flash of sacred self-recognition. It goes way beyond just the physical appearance, connects you to something deeper. And the guide suggests that learning to intentionally create those moments, that's the key. It transforms not just how you look, but your whole experience.
that's a really beautiful idea. Outer rituals unlocking inner truths, which leads us right into the power of perception and self-concept. The divine art of glamour magic makes this pretty bold claim. How you perceive yourself shapes how others perceive you. It even calls it quantum reality creation. That's big.
It is a big statement. The book argues that your self-perception acts like this fundamental energetic blueprint, and it actively influences how your physical reality shows up, especially, in how you interact with people.
So if you're always critical of yourself,
Then you're essentially broadcasting that frequency, that negativity, and others, maybe subconsciously, they just tune into it. Like tuning a radio, you get the station you're tuned to.
right? So changing the inner dial changes the outer experience.
That's the core idea. When you genuinely start to acknowledge your own worth, your own divine beauty, that positive self-perception creates this compelling magnetic field. People can sense it, that confidence, that radiance, even if they can't quite put their finger on why they're drawn to you.
Okay.
And the divine art of glamour magic introduces three specific, quite powerful practices to help you actively reshape that inner perception.
Okay, let's hear them. The first is mirror work practice. I imagine for some people, looking in the mirror like that might be challenging.
It can be, definitely. It involves intentionally standing before a mirror, maybe in softer light to start, placing a hand over your heart,
Okay.
and making gentle but direct eye contact with yourself, your reflection. Then you actually say an affirmation out loud. The book suggests, I recognize the divine beauty within and through me. I am worthy of being seen in my full radiance.
Wow, saying that to yourself.
Yeah. And the guide really emphasizes noticing any resistance that comes up. Those feelings can show you where some inner healing might be needed. It recommends doing it daily, maybe 5 minutes or more.
It sounds direct, but also gentle.
Yeah.
A way to challenge that inner critic. What's the second practice?
That one's called the identity scripting ritual. Here, you use a journal. The book might call it your glamour grimoire.
Okay, like a magic journal.
Kind of. You write in the present tense as if you already fully embody the energy you want. You start entries with something powerful like, I'm a woman person who.
Right.
And then you describe in rich detail how you move through your day like that, how people respond to you. And this is key, how it feels to be in that elevated energy. The suggestion is to read it aloud before sleep and when you wake up.
So you're writing the script for your ideal self and then really immersing yourself in it, like method acting for your own life.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And the third practice is quantum visualization. Sounds a bit high-tech.
It does. What's involved?
It's about creating a really vivid, detailed mental movie of yourself radiating the energy you want to embody.
Okay.
You picture yourself in different situations, walking into a meeting, having a conversation, going after a goal, but you're embodying that energy. The crucial part is to feel the emotions, feel the physical sensations of being that version of you so strongly that you almost believe others can sense it too. The divine art of glamour magic suggests doing this when you're relaxed, like right before sleep or just after waking up, those alpha brainwave states. Your subconscious is more open then, so the visualization can have a bigger impact.
These all seem geared towards shifting something fundamental inside us. The book also really stresses consistency, but also self-compassion. Why are those so important?
Well, because changing deeply ingrained ways of seeing yourself, it's rarely a straight line, you know?
Definitely not.
So the guide wisely says, treat yourself like you would a dear friend, with that same kindness and understanding. When the old critical thoughts pop up, and they probably will, the key is to gently but firmly redirect them back to that loving awareness. Remember that idea from the book, perception creates projection.
Right. What you believe about yourself gets reflected back.
Exactly. And it becomes a positive feedback loop, doesn't it? The more you choose self-love, the stronger those positive brain pathways get. Eventually, that self-loving view becomes the new normal. The divine art of glamour magic really emphasizes that true glamour magic starts inside. with that gaze of divine recognition, seeing your own worth. There's a great quote in there too.
Yeah.
It says, "The most powerful spell you can cast is the one that transforms how you see yourself. Once that spell takes hold, the outer world has no choice but to reflect this new vision back to you."
Wow. That's powerful. Okay, shifting from the inner to the outer a bit, let's get into energetic beauty and aesthetic alchemy. The divine art of glamour magic says beauty is more than physical, it includes the aura. What exactly is the aura in this context, and why is it so important for glamour magic?
So the guide describes the aura as essentially the electromagnetic field around your body.
Okay, your energy field.
Exactly. And in glamour magic, it's seen as just as important to your overall presence as, say, your clothes or your makeup. This energetic side of beauty works with frequency, vibration, resonance, creating this whole aesthetic experience that people can subtly sense, maybe even before they really register how you look physically.
So it's like your energetic first impression.
That's a good way to think about it, yeah. And the divine art of glamour magic gives us 4 key practices to consciously work with this energetic beauty. First up is aura cleansing. How do we actually, cleanse our aura?
Well, the guide suggests simple things. Standing with your arms out a bit, visualizing this beautiful golden light washing down over you, dissolving any stagnant or negative energy.
Okay.
It also mentions using sound like bells or singing bowls, or even smoke cleansing with things like Palo Santo or sage to clear your energy field before you start your beauty rituals.
That sounds really refreshing, actually. A nice way to reset. The second technique is color magic. I know lots of people feel drawn to certain colors naturally.
Totally. And the divine art of glamour magic encourages you to be intentional about it. Choose colors for your clothes, your makeup, your accessories, based on the specific energy you want to embody. Like red for passion and vitality, pink for self-love, maybe purple for spiritual connection, golds for abundance, blue for calm confidence. The book even suggests layering colors to create more specific energetic signatures.
Interesting. Like painting your energy field each day. What's the third practice for energetic beauty?
That one's called textile enchantment. Apparently, different fabrics have their own energetic vibes.
Really? Like what?
Silk is linked to sensuality, cotton to grounding, linen to earthiness, velvet to luxury and manifestation. The guide suggests holding your clothes for a moment before putting them on and consciously breathing your intention into them, visualizing the fabric holding that energy.
Huh. I've never really thought about the energy of fabrics before. That adds a whole new layer. Okay, and the last technique here is scent sorcery. Sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it? This is about intentionally applying perfume or essential oils to specific energy points on your body.
Power points, where?
Behind the ears, linked to manifestation. Wrists for giving and receiving. Your heart, center for love. The nape of your neck, intuition. Even your ankles for grounded movement.
Wow, okay.
And as you apply the scent, the guide suggests whispering your intention into it, letting the fragrance carry your magic with you.
So it's about consciously choosing and then charging these sensory things, colors, fabrics, scents with your energy to create this harmonious, compelling presence. The book calls this aesthetic alchemy.
Exactly. Consciously weaving together textures, shapes, sounds, even how your clothes move to shape your energy field, like turning yourself into a living artwork.
And like physical beauty, I guess energetic beauty needs maintenance too.
Absolutely. The divine art of glamour magic advises doing quick, intuitive aura checks during the day, especially before important interactions. Just visualizing your energy field being refreshed and aligned with your intentions.
Makes sense.
And you might need to subtly adjust things depending on the environment, maybe using specific crystals, colors, or sacred jewelry to help maintain your frequency. The main takeaway here is that energy is the foundation, the sort of invisible architecture of real beauty.
Which brings us perfectly into intentional beauty rituals. This is where those everyday routines can become something really transformative, right?
Absolutely. The divine art of glamour magic shows how infusing your daily beauty stuff with sacred intention turns them into actual spell work. It's about being present, having a clear purpose for each step, and seeing every product not just as goo in a jar, but as an energetic tool, an extension of you.
Mm-hmm. And creating a special space for this seems important too.
Yes, the guide really recommends setting aside a space, even just a tiny corner, as your personal glamour altar. You can put things there that represent your intentions, crystals, flowers, a special mirror just for self-love affirmations, inspiring pictures.
Things that resonate.
Exactly. And it suggests a simple thing like lighting a candle before you start your ritual, just to signal that shift into a sacred, intentional space.
There's a quote in the book that captures this so well. The moment you recognize that every beauty product is a magical tool and every application is a spell, you begin practicing glamour in its truest, most ancient form.
I love that quote. It totally reframes your morning routine, doesn't it? The guide also talks about working with moon phases in these rituals. How does that work?
So, the idea is that different moon phases have different energies you can align with. New moons are good for starting new beauty habits or setting intentions for how you want to feel and look. Full moons, with all that amplified energy, are great for boosting your radiance, maybe using moonlight charged water in your skincare.
Oh, interesting.
And waning moons are supportive for releasing things like old beauty standards or self criticism.
So working with those natural rhythms, the book also mentions engaging multiple senses.
Definitely. It suggests thinking about the soundscape of your ritual, maybe specific music, frequencies, chants, incorporating touch through facial massage, using a gua sha tool, maybe even speaking blessings onto your skin.
Hmm.
And of course, aromatics intentionally using scents like grounding cedarwood or heart-opening rose to evoke specific feelings and energies.
It sounds like creating a really rich, intentional experience. And the divine art of glamour magic points out that consistent, simple, daily rituals are actually more powerful than doing something elaborate only once in a while.
Totally, it's the cumulative effect. Those small acts done with presence and intention really add up. The guide even suggests keeping that glamour grimoire we mentioned to track your practices and notice the effects of different intentions or products. It also gives 4 specific examples of how to turn common beauty steps into rituals.
Okay, let's break those down. First is cleansing consecration.
For this, you'd hold your cleanser under running water and just whisper an affirmation like, "As I cleanse my face, I release all energies that no longer serve my highest good."
Simple but powerful. What about serum charging?
You put a few drops of serum in your palm, hold it over your heart, breathe your intention into it, and then say something like, "I infuse this essence with radiance, vitality, and divine light that shines through my skin."
I love that, actively charging the product. Third is magical makeup application.
Yeah, so before applying foundation, maybe warm it between your hands and declare, "This is the foundation of my confidence and authentic expression." Or as you put on lipstick, affirm, "My words carry power, truth, and magnetic beauty."
Connecting the physical act with the inner intention. And the last one is the evening removal ritual.
As you take off your makeup, you consciously thank it, saying something like, "I release the energy of this day with gratitude, allowing my skin to renew as I sleep in divine restoration." It's a mindful closing of the day.
These are such practical ways to weave magic into the everyday. Okay, let's move on to magnetic glamour affirmations. The divine art of glamour magic says words have a real vibrational frequency that can actually reconfigure your energy field if you say them with conviction.
That's the core idea. Affirmations in this context are like verbal spells. They program your conscious and subconscious mind, creating new neural pathways that support your intentions. And the most effective ones, the book says, combine emotion, visualization, and physical sensation.
So way more than just repeating phrases over and over.
Absolutely. The guide stresses feeling the statement resonate inside you, really seeing yourself embodying it, and maybe anchoring it with a physical action like applying a product or touching an energy center. The book breaks affirmations down into 4 useful categories.
Okay, let's get some examples. First category, divine essence affirmations.
Okay, things like, "I am the living embodiment of divine beauty in human form," or "My presence is a blessing that elevates every space I enter." Maybe, "I recognize and honor the radiant goddess looking back at me."
Mhm.
Also, "My beauty transcends trends, time, and physical limits," and "I am a sacred vessel of light, radiating divine energy."
Wow, those are declarations of deep self-worth. What about the second category, magnetic attraction affirmations?
These are focused on drawing things in, like, "I effortlessly attract experiences aligned with my highest vibration," or "My energy field is a powerful magnet for abundance, love, and admiration." How about, "I am irresistibly attractive to opportunities aligned with my soul's purpose." Also, "People are naturally drawn to the authentic radiance I embody, and my confidence creates an undeniable magnetic field around me."
Really focusing on becoming that magnet. Third category, confidence and presence affirmations.
Yeah, for building that inner strength. Examples. I own every room I enter with graceful, grounded presence. Or my worth is intrinsic and independent of others' opinions. Maybe I speak my truth with clarity, power, and magnetic influence. Also, I move through the world knowing I belong wherever I choose to be. And my unique essence is my greatest power.
Those really build that sense of unshakable self-assurance.
Yeah.
And the final category, beauty product charging affirmations. This sounds super practical.
Yes, these directly link affirmations to your products. Like,
Yeah.
this perfume carries the essence of my irresistible energy, or as I apply this mascara, my eyes become windows revealing my soul's beauty. Maybe this lipstick seals my words with intention and magnetic expression. Also, my skincare ritual infuses every cell with radiance and youthfulness, and these clothes wrap me in the energy of success and divine protection.
I love how direct those are. The divine art of glamour magic also suggests making this a daily ritual, maybe even recording yourself saying them.
Exactly. Pairing specific affirmations with applying certain products creates a really strong energetic link. And hearing your own voice saying these things can sometimes bypass that inner critic and let the messages sink in deeper. The main thing is to tweak them until they really resonate, until you feel something. That feeling is where the magic is unlocked.
Absolutely. Okay, let's explore the power of glamour tools. The guide suggests certain materials have energetic properties that can amplify intentions and act as anchors for magic.
That's it. These tools are like physical anchors for your focused energy, bridging your intention and the physical world. By choosing and combining them thoughtfully, you create your own personalized magic system for your glamour goals. The book starts with crystal correspondences.
Okay, tell us about some key crystals mentioned.
The Divine Art of Glamour Magic highlights rose quartz for self-love, gentle magnetism, carnelian for courage, confidence, amethyst for spiritual beauty, intuition, clear quartz amplifying intention, clarity, moonstone feminine power, intuitive radiance, and citrine self-confidence, attracting abundance.
And how do you use them?
Keep them on your vanity, wear them as jewelry, maybe use them in baths if they're water safe. And importantly, the book stresses cleansing them regularly, maybe under moonlight, and recharging them with your specific intentions.
So it's about actively working with their energy. Next up is herbal allies.
Yes, herbs also carry potent energies. The guide mentions rose for love and beauty, jasmine for sensuality and confidence, cinnamon for energy boosting and passion, lavender for calming beauty, rosemary for clarity and protection, and hibiscus for passion and vitality.
And how would you use those?
In baths, facial steams, incense, making anointing oils, or even little sachets to keep with your beauty tools or clothes, bringing those natural elements in.
I like that earth connection. The third tool category is color magic for glamour, which we sort of touched on.
Exactly. The divine art of glamour magic revisits the energies of red, pink, gold, silver, purple, black, specifically for glamour, reminding you to consciously use their power in your choices.
Then there are protective beauty tools. These sound really useful for energetic boundaries.
Yeah, these are items to help shield your energy while boosting your glamour. The book mentions things like evil eye jewelry to deflect negativity, amber for a warm protective shield, black tourmaline to guard against energy drains, mirror compacts to reflect negativity away, and enchanted perfume as an invisible protective barrier.
Like layers of energetic protection in your routine. And the final category here is beauty altar essentials.
These are the basics for creating that sacred glamour space. A dedicated sacred mirror just for blessings and positive affirmations. Beauty candles in specific colors or scents for your intention. Goddess imagery that resonates with you. Personal power objects, small things that make you feel strong. And fresh flowers to uplift the space's energy. The key with all these tools, the guide emphasizes, is reverence. Hold them, connect with their energy, state your intention clearly before using them in your rituals.
It's all about conscious connection with these objects. Okay, the final, maybe biggest piece, according to the divine art of glamour magic, is embodying your glamour persona. That sounds like the ultimate expression.
It really is presented that way. The book describes it as consciously embodying your highest, most magnetic self. Not faking it, but expressing your most authentic divine essence, free from old limits and expectations. It's about living in alignment with your spiritual truth, radiating the energy of who you were always meant to be.
So not becoming someone else, but uncovering and amplifying your true self.
Precisely. The divine art of glamour magic calls it a sacred process of self-discovery and conscious expression. peeling back the layers of doubt and conditioning to reveal the luminous being within, while choosing which aspects of that essence to amplify and share with the world. The guide gives 4 key steps to develop and embody your glamour persona.
Okay, let's walk through them first. Name your glamour persona.
This means choosing a name that really resonates with the energy you want to embody. Could be a goddess name, a meaningful word, or just a name that feels like your highest self. The guide suggests using this name during rituals as a focus point.
Like an energetic activation code. Second step, create a persona grimoire.
Right. Back to the grimoire. Dedicate a section to documenting everything about this persona. Images, fabric swatches, colors, scents, situations where this persona shines, and crucially, describe how this persona moves, speaks, interacts, really flesh it out.
Building a detailed blueprint. Third step, develop a signature style.
This is about identifying specific aesthetic things, a signature color, scent, accessory, makeup look that tangibly embody the persona's energy. These become magical anchors, like a costume for an actor, helping you instantly step into that energy.
Got it. And the final step, practice energetic method acting. Love that phrase.
Me too. It means choosing a short, daily ritual to consciously step into your persona, maybe adopting a certain posture, a breathing pattern, doing a quick visualization. The divine art of glamour magic even suggests saying aloud, "I now embody the essence of persona name. Her wisdom, power, and magnetic presence flow through me effortlessly."
So actively rehearsing being this higher version of yourself. The book suggests that with practice, the line between your everyday self and this glamour persona starts to blur, right?
Exactly. What starts as conscious effort becomes integrated, natural. You just start expressing those qualities spontaneously. The guide has another great quote here.
Lay it on us.
Your glamour persona is not who you pretend to be, but who you've always been beneath the layers of doubt, fear, and others' expectations. The magic lies not in becoming someone new, but in revealing your most authentic, radiant self.
That's really empowering. The book also encourages you to sort of test this out, to maintain the presence in challenging situations.
Yes, as you get comfortable, practice holding that magnetic presence during stress or when self-doubt creeps in. Documenting it in your grimoire helps track progress. Ultimately, true embodiment comes from within. The outer stuff supports it, but authentic presence arises from inner alignment. It's important to check in regularly, make sure your expression reflects your inner truth, not just seeking approval. The most powerful glamour magic is when that integrated persona just radiates effortlessly.
So bringing it all together, it really seems like glamour magic, as laid out in The Divine Art of Glamour Magic, A Sacred Guide to Magnetic Beauty by Celestial Awakening, is this whole journey. A journey of self-discovery, intentional energy work.
Absolutely.
Taking everyday things and infusing them with purpose, intention, and real personal power.
Exactly. It encourages you to explore these practices, these concepts, and consciously shape your self-perception and the energy you put out into the world.
So if someone listening feels intrigued, what's a good, gentle first step?
Well, maybe just trying one of the mirror work exercises we talked about, or even simpler, just setting a specific heartfelt intention for your next beauty routine, really being present with the products, the actions, and the energy you want to cultivate.
That sounds really accessible, a great starting point. And on that note, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. What does magnetic beauty truly mean to you? It's clearly so much more than just skin deep. It's the energy you cultivate, the presence you embody, the way you connect with your world. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us today.